Ian Davis, founder of Create One Vision, with over 40 years experience and expertise in the leisure industry, supporting teams to maximise profitability and creating first-class environments for teams to thrive. Welcome to Icebreaker. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Very good.
Good. And we've got Lulu in the background. Oh, and did you say that's Laurel? Or is that Lulu?
It's Lulu. It's Lulu. She wants to join in, I'm afraid. So
she's the first dog we've had on Icebreaker, so she's very welcome.
Well, she's been briefed and she's watched all of your videos. So,
right, is she ready for her question?
Yeah, if you could make it a dog-related one, she'd love it, please.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Please
Let's see
do.
what comes up. So you've chosen to go with the original cards, so I'm just going to start shuffling them and you can shout when.
Okay. When?
Let's go with that one, because I think we've had that one before. Right, oh, you've got a hammer and a... I don't know, what's that?
A hammer and a nail and a spanner, which is great for me, because I'm not very DIY orientated, so my dad would be chuffed.
Right, okay. Oh, here's the question. And remember, you can pass if you don't like it. What's an oh no moment where you realised you've been doing something wrong, something the wrong way for years? I'll read that again. I fell over that, didn't I? What's an oh no moment where you realised you've been doing something the wrong way for years? Ooh.
Woof. What do you reckon, Lulu? She could probably come up with a few things. What in a work one? That's a good question, Libby.
It's a difficult
really
one, though, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. And I don't want to be the first one to pass.
Well, you can pass if you want. I can't think. I'm trying to think of.
No moment.
Oh, I have got something. Shall I talk and then you can have a think?
Oh, okay.
If you want to answer
that sounds fun.
Well, this isn't really a wrong way, but there's this thing that happens to me and my husband all the time, and it's happened for years, where we find cellophane on everything. So we lived in a house, not this house, our last house, and we kept finding cellophane in, like, on the microwave that we'd had for years, and in the cutlery drawer. I realised it was lined with cellophane, and we'd had the cutlery drawer for years, and we just find it everywhere, and it keeps happening to us. So we always go, oh no, why didn't we notice? But it's great when we do notice, because then you pull it off and then it looks, whatever it is, looks brand new. So that's my thing that I can think of.
Right. Well, because there's a hammer and a nail and a spanner, I can give you a DIY thing, which was several DIY disasters, which are oh no moments. So I am not particularly DIY orientated at all, which is a real shame, because my dad is, and I haven't followed in his footsteps. I still remember on one of my birthdays, not long after I moved out, I was given a toolbox for my birthday, which was a real downer, because I was about 25, so I was expecting something else. And it was full of tools. So I've always had this toolbox, which I've now had for about 40 years. And when Annette and I moved house, we moved to a show house, and there were 3 houses, and we were the middle house. And she asked me to put the door number on the door, which is a straightforward thing. However, and it was only put one number, so not 2 numbers, just one number. But I drilled right through the front door. So you could stand in the kitchen, look down the hall through the door and see the country park opposite. So that started off as an oh no moment, followed by putting up shelves in one of the bedrooms next to the bathroom, drilling right through the walls while she was in the bath with plaster falling on her. So which are both really embarrassing kind of things to do. So I've now, for the last 33 years when we've been married, avoided most DIY tasks, which is embarrassing when you then get your sort of children to do it, or your son-in-law to do it, and stand there gormlessly. But I'm not sure if they're very good examples, but both of those, did I learn any lessons from those? Probably only because I was rubbish at DIY. I should have persevered. I should have continued demolishing the new house. But unfortunately...
Should you have, though? Would you have been thanked for that?
withdrew my permit and my tools from that point onwards.
Oh dear. Well, you can't be good at everything. That's what a friend of mine always says to me. She's like, I can't be good at everything. So,
Well,
and I was going to say, I couldn't think what that was called. And of course, it's a spanner. And if my dad was still around, he would be disgusted that I couldn't think it was a spanner, because he always used to say, if you know how to pick up a spanner, you'll be good at DIY. And then he used to say to me, your brother can't pick up a spanner. So it's going to be rubbish. And it was true. My brother's rubbish at DIY. I'm okay at it, but tend to avoid it.
Yeah. So most of my, domestic skills are confined to very basic tasks that I'm allowed to do and be allocated. So
right. That's how most households run, I think.
I think that's probably true. If I could come up with a work-related one, because I think when you think back at work, you don't have, you do have oh no moments, but they seem to, the older you get, the fewer they kind of become. And I think I also got quite good at learning to ask. So if I didn't know, I mean, the reality is you've got a team and they know more than you do. So, in certain areas, so it's easier to show your vulnerability and ask a question. How do you do that? Or could you show me? So, I think you don't then walk into too many oh no moments the further up the ladder you go, because you can ask or you can delegate.
Although you have said that, and I've thought of a few that I've had, but that's a conversation for another time, I think. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your terrible DIY skills. I've really enjoyed listening to that.
I'm not sure I can ever post anything on LinkedIn again.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So this is the bit where we do a wrap up, and that's where I ask you if you've got anybody you'd like to nominate and come on and do an icebreaker with me.
I do. I have a former colleague, a gentleman by the name of Steve Shortland. Steve was Director of Sport at Wellington College for a number of years, which is where I knew Steve from. We worked very closely together. And then Steve set up his own business, and he is a Yorkshireman.
Lovely.
So I thought you might find something in common. You might find
Probably.
some common lingo. But Steve's a really interesting guy, former rugby player, great director of sport, really good colleague where we worked very closely together, and a successful entrepreneur now. So Steve.
Oh, brilliant. All right, I look forward to getting him on then and having a chat and saying, hey up.
Hey up. Time for a brew.
We do say it in Yorkshire. I catch myself saying it all the time. It's a great saying. So, right, thank you so much for joining me, Ian. I've really enjoyed it.
Well, I really enjoyed it, even though it was rather embarrassing. And Lulu's just looking at me as like, Dad, what have you said? But anyway.
I think you're fine. Don't be embarrassed. There's plenty of people that will watch this and go, oh, I can't do DIY either. And I've got loads of embarrassing stories. So do not worry.
Plenty of your brilliant icebreakers, and some of them are, a lot of them are very insightful. This one is not.
I don't share that. I think it's been very insightful. Okay. Thank you so much.
Absolute pleasure, Libby. You take care.
And you.